This is my review on Justice League Apocalyptic. Justice League Dark. The full title is Justice League Dark Apocalyptic War. I might have said it wrong. The apocalyptic part. Did I say it right that time? I hope I did. It's not apocalypse. It's it's apocalyptic. Apocalyptic war. It's one word. Bit of a tongue twister, and probably actually going to have to spell it instead of instead of speaking it into the phone when I title this video. Anyway, this is the story is Superman and the Justice League plan an attack on Darkseid, and Superman ends up leading them into a massacre. Two years later, half of the human race has been killed off, and most of the superheroes are dead. This happens in 2 years. This stuff happened. This shit hits the fan in 2 years. So 2 years later, Superman and Raven come up with a plan to save the world. Well, what's left of it. Right now it's just so they need Constantine's help to create for a location spell to locate Robin, but not the Robin that's my favorite. The Robin I love who is Dick Grayson. It's Damian Wayne Robin, who is the biological son of Batman. And my favorite Robin is this, so I'm pretty sure that that's the most famous Robin. It's Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne, Constantine's been getting wasted for 2 years, drinking himself to death because they fucking lost. And Constantine was part of the Justice League at this point, before most of the Justice League got killed off by Darkseid's army. So Constantine knows the whole thing was shit from the beginning. It was a shit stuff from the beginning. But please, tell Superman, please tell me what happened. Anyway, because he knows Superman's going to tell Constantine what happened, and turns out Darkseid knew every move part of the plan somehow. And I know how they did. It was because of Cyborg's robot eye was recording everything. Darkseid had eyes and ears all in the Justice League Watchtower, while Superman was explaining the whole plan, giving a whole briefing of plan to the entire Justice League members. And so yeah, they were being watched by Darkseid because of Cyborg's AI. Cyborg didn't know that Darkseid could see everything that he sees with his robot eye. Somehow he didn't thought of that. No one else thought of that because, Cyborg has mentioned in the past he's wearing Darkseid's tech, Darkseid's alien tech. So, yeah, so, in, the show of all the superheroes getting slaughtered and, enslaved, and also what happened to Superman, how he lost his powers, is because of Darkseid. Darkseid planted a huge tortured him with a chunk of kryptonite to suppress his powers, probably permanently, for all we know. But it's been lasting for 2 years, that's for sure. But we don't know if the effects are permanent or not, or how long it is going to be till he gets his full powers back. But he's still fighting he still continues to fight, even though he doesn't have his powers anymore. And teams up with Raven, and Constantine ends up tagging along with the demon who's severely depressed, seriously depressed, because he doesn't even rhyme anymore. He's a superhero that's known for. He's a superhero that's a demon and known for speaking in rhyme. And he's been down since the attack 2 years ago when the Justice League failed, and figures a friend of his got killed, and he doesn't even rhyme anymore. Constantine explains this to Superman and Raven why he's acting like that. So, and he feels like he's lost his purpose in life because he doesn't see any fun anymore in fighting anymore, because he doesn't see a challenge in it anymore. So he ends up tagging along after they all get attacked by more of Darkseid's army. This is when we find out Superman's powerless. And he also tortured Batman into him getting brainwashed by Darkseid, basically. So that's why they need Damian Wayne to break Batman free from Darkseid's brainwash. They think that he's the key to helping Batman break free from the brainwash. And they break this down to Damian Wayne after all four of them go to Damian Wayne. And Raven asks what was, we find out that John Constantine is drinking himself to death because he ran like a coward when Zatanna was asking for help when she was being slaughtered by Darkseid's army. He just teleported away, and he doesn't know why he did it, because he knows, because in the past he always has stood tall against the toughest bastards of them all. You know, even when the odds were really bad, he always stood tall and didn't back down and never ran like a coward. But this time he just ran like a coward. He doesn't know why, but he's disappointed in himself, so he doesn't want to help anyone because he's afraid of letting people down, apparently. So he ends up tagging along. And anyway, Superman and Constantine get the most fleshed out. And Raven is and also the Titans are no longer a thing because Raven and Robin were all that's left of the Titans that are alive. And then he got killed off by Darkseid's army during the attack 2 years ago. So Raven and Damian Wayne, who was Robin, and got all that's left of Titans. Robin went to take his place at leading the League of Assassins, and so Raven was going to commit suicide, but because she just wanted the pain to stop, and because she's been getting severe headaches because Trigon is trying to break free and keeps on yelling at her, and all of her friends are dead. So Superman, this was when this happened. So Superman came back to us in the nick of time to stop her from doing it. So it's just been her and Superman for a while, for 2 years. So yeah. And Damian Wayne, after defying Damian Wayne, these assassins attack people, and they have to fight their way out, and they won't stop fighting the League of Assassins and then Damian Wayne actually says enough to League of Assassins. So he ends the fight by telling his people to stand down. So he's pissed at Superman. He's pissed at Clark. Wants to kill him himself. And Superman knows that he hates him because his failed plan didn't work 2 years ago, and he lost his family and his dad to Darkseid and his army. And but he's begging for, but he needs, he came to Damon because he needed his help, and he wouldn't come if it wasn't necessary, he said to Damian. So Damian agrees to help, and here's all Superman's plan, and agrees to help him to get Batman back, to get his father back, and turns out they show the Titans being slaughtered, including Nightwing, who is Dick Grayson, the original Robin. So, Damian used the Lazarus Pit on a corpse, Nightwing's, and tried to bring him back to life because he was his big brother figure. And he says that the reason why he promised Raven that he wouldn't do that because it's dangerous. So he says the reason why he did because Dick was his brother and the plan just didn't work. So he basically says he has to live with it. I mean, it worked, but he doesn't have a grist on reality Nightwing anymore. So he's, well, not evil, just crazy and wearing a straight back jacket and Jamie keeps him locked in a room. And Damian had several contingencies he planned, and Dick Grayson went against them and says forget about the contingency plan because there's always risk in war. So yeah. And Satana that Constantine bailed on was Constantine's girlfriend. So they go to they go to Lois, and for 2 years they've been working on this plan, and Lois breaks down what the plan is. That Darkseid is, plan is to literally destroy the Earth's core, as in literally not just the people on the Earth, but Earth itself. Because it's not good enough that he's conquered the Earth. He wants to now destroy it. So, and Lex Luthor's working for Batman, who is working for Darkseid, who is Darkseid's second right man now. Batman once again has a small role in this DC animated universe. The only time he ever had a big role was in Batman Hush, which is kind of sad. But at least it doesn't feel like a hollow role. Like, it doesn't feel like he's in there just for the sake of being in there. Of course, I can say that about every time when he is in these DC animated films that take place in the same continuity in this universe. So, Lois has got a mole inside of who's working for Darkseid, going by a girl's name, and they don't know if it's a he or her. Turns out it's Lex Luthor. He's been the mole for 2 years. So, and he reveals himself after he tries stopping the team he's the mole on. That's the only thing I have to question the logic of the film. So, and so they have to act fast. So Lex explains that they have to act fast and that they need him, and that Batman will allow it if he dilly-dally. And this is when they all team up with the Suicide Squad, and Harley Quinn's on the leader of the Suicide Squad, and they team up by working with the Suicide Squad after Harley Quinn loses a fighting match with Lois Lane, and Lois Lane wins. So she earns Harley Quinn's respect and trust. And Suman and all the rest of the Free walk into this and confused, and this and room for Lois. And I love how like Suman says, "You can do it, honey. Do your best." I just found that amusing. And Constantine runs into his ex after Lois wins the fight, which is Killer Shark, and Raven Doll was Harley Quinn. That was pretty funny also. So Harley Quinn says what's going to go down, and then Lois explains the plan to the Suicide Squad after Harley Quinn gives a speech how it's time for them to take back the planet. So, yeah, so half of them go to the planet Darkseid's on, while Darkseid has Darkseid has abandoned the planet to do more conquering across the universe and more killing and slaughtering the Green Lantern Corps, what's less of it, and succeeds, and try to do it unnoticed. Do the plan unnoticed. While Lex Luthor and Lois Lane and all the Suicide Squad members was some amount. Now they didn't got not all the Suicide Squad. There's a certain amount of there because I guess it wouldn't be easy enough to develop all of them. So I guess it would be too much to develop. So and the Batman ends up figuring the plan out that now Luthor decides to show his true traitor colors, and that figure out that he's been a traitor for 2 years. And Luthor didn't say anything. He says what's going on was this a glitch? It's all under control now. Hail Darkseid. And Batman just figures out that odd behavior that's odd for Luthor. So he said Darkseid would be very unpleased with his traitorry, which is him betraying Darkseid. So Darkseid Batman interrupts Darkseid while killing the Green Lantern Corps, and that's when because Batman now knows of the plan. So Batman drops the news on Darkseid while he's busy killing the Green Lantern Corps. So Darkseid goes to return to his planet, and so the Suicide Squad, Lois Lane, and Lex Luthor are all teaming up and suiting up and getting tons and tons of weapons to kick ass and hopefully save the world, even if it means putting their life on the line. So Harley Quinn makes a speech says to the Suicide Squad, Alright, today we earn our name, Suicide Squad. And it's so good, guys. And I also, Harley Quinn is absolutely hilarious in this. I love the part which, the funniest thing she does in this is when she actually is like singing a song, if you're happy and you know it, smash their heads. If you're happy, you know it, smash your heads. Smash the heads. Well, she's literally smashing the heads of the bad guys with hammers. I just wanted to say that. I love that part. So, anyway, well, the team that's on, Superman's team, who is on Darkseid's planet, remember how I said they're trying to go unnoticed? They're trying to do the planet unnoticed and stealth? Well, that ends up not working also. Because they get, they trigger the booby traps and the alarms, and so they have to now go against their fellow comrades, the Justice League, Superman, Raven, Constantine, and Damian Wayne, who is Robin, and also the demon who rhymes, and who they're going against, that Darkseid hat